The pack was more of just like, it reeks. I don't use it anymore because after my Colombia trip, I could apparently never get the rotten saltwater smell out of it. It is retired now because it smells like fish, but I can't let it go. Hi, I'm Adam Trenkamp, the lab test editor here in the outside lab at CU Denver. Today we're going to talk a little bit about my favorite piece of gear I've ever owned of all time up to now. So it's not necessarily anything we've done testing on before, but it's this beautiful tent right here. I say beautiful because at this point it's a little beaten up. It still works. So this is the Marmot Limelight 3-person tent from 2018. There have been some updates over the years to this tent, but I still use my 2018 version and love this tent. My wife and I use this when we car camp, when we backpack, and it perfectly fits us, all of our gear, and our dog as well, which is a big reason we have a 3-person tent, because our golden retriever loves to sleep at full extension and does not know how to curl into a small ball and be in a small tent with us. We've tried, it doesn't work. This tent is a little hefty for one person to carry by themselves when backpacking. Even split between two people, it's got a little bit of extra heft, but we find that if we split up the stakes and the poles between one of us, and then the fly in the tent with the other person, we can actually carry the weight pretty efficiently. When car camping, we'll use the floor, but we don't use it when we backpack most of the time unless we know we're gonna be above tree line and some pretty rocky areas. Want to protect the tent. The vertical walls on the side are a big reason we love it for car camping. It makes sleeping, changing, waiting out storms, things like that, just way more pleasant. The vestibules are pretty large. There's a large door on each side. You get a little bit of the bathtub effect from the floor coming up to help with weather protection, but the entire upper two-thirds is mesh. So if it's a great night out or it's hot and there's no threat of rain, it's really easy to leave the fly off and just get a lot better ventilation out of the tent. We've had zero durability issues with this. Once a year, I make sure to re-up the DWR on the rain fly just to be safe. And really, we've had no tears to repair, no broken poles to repair. It sets up very easily. Favorite place I've ever camped with this tent, Ouray, Colorado. We camped up above the perimeter trail in what's known as the amphitheater. Little car camping experience there where we had 2 straight days of rain. So while it wasn't actually my favorite time to camp, it proved to me how good this tent really was and how much we could trust it. So while my 2018 Marmot Limelight 3-person tent might be my favorite piece of gear I've ever owned, I do have a very close second to that, which is my Osprey Stratos 24 day pack. I'm a really big fan of their suspension system to help with breathability on the back. Hip belts, what it's actually able to carry in the pack. It's pretty simple pack. You have a hydration sleeve on the inside. You've got a top organization zipper pocket here, an integrated rain cover, some bottom straps if you need to carry anything, and it's actually a very seasonably versatile pack. You have an ice axe loop, or you can carry your hiking poles. You have your couple side mesh pockets here, some hip belts, spots to strap your hiking poles on the shoulder straps as well. And then it all cinches down and is actually a relatively low weight on its own. So I bought this pack in 2018, around the same time I bought my tent, and I used this for literally everything. Travel, hiking, long day hikes, short day hikes, to and from work. This carried my computer. This pack has more recently been retired, and I've started to use some other packs for my day hikes. And it breaks my heart a little bit, but I took this on a trip to Colombia last year, and after a lot of hikes in the jungle, on the beach, on the coast, the amount of wet, disgusting clothes I would throw into this pack on multi-day hikes and little treks it kind of smells like fish. No fault to Osprey, the pack still operates as it should. Every once in a while, out of nostalgia, I throw this pack on and take it for a good hike, but it does smell pretty bad. While this is a very close number 2 for the versatility that it has, how long I've had this pack, the fact that it still has held up. I've literally shed blood on this pack, and you can't really tell because it's nice and orange, which blends in well with red. Sometimes you take a tumble and you end up with some scrapes and some cuts. Other times you misuse your own pocket knife, and when you put it away, you accidentally cut yourself. I recommend not doing that. Of gear that I personally have owned, there is a long list of my top of the top, but these two both rise to the top of that list, partially because they've been around for so long. I've been able to trust them for almost 10 years each, but they've stuck around through everything. Sometimes Type 1 fun, sometimes Type 2 fun, sometimes we're inventing an entirely new brand of fun type. The Marmot Limelight 3-person tent and the Osprey Stratos 24. These have both been updated since I purchased them, but they're both still great even in their new iterations.